Hey, what's up everybody? This is Dumpster Cat. Welcome back to another video. In this one, kind of wanted to go back to my roots. I know I've been playing a lot of Mono Black on the channel, and a lot of you guys seem to enjoy that, but I think the majority of you guys typically just like to see the BGX content. So I am here to bring just that. Like I said, kind of going back to my roots in, a couple of senses, which I'll touch on, but still bringing in a lot of the new, kind of new additions that have been seeing play, at least in that archetype, as is. Still an underpowered archetype, very underexplored, not very successful, I do have to say. So if you're looking to play a deck that's going to win, all the time, like Rakdos, this is probably not, the deck for your alley, but I do enjoy exploring it, and I think a lot of you guys do as well. So let's try to, do that together and really find a way to make this archetype work. So that being said, I am trying Scavenging Ooze once again. I like Misery Shadow. I've been playing it recently on the channel, but I want to turn back to Scavenging Ooze. I just miss him so much in aggressive matchups, obviously graveyard matchups, and I think it's just overall a nice beater that we were kind of missing on. So I like Scooze. I think there are a lot of matchups where Misery Shadow is perhaps the better card and just kind of is a bit more versatile perhaps. But I still like Scooze as, like I said, skills with the game, interacts with graveyard, gains life, so I like him. Trying out the one of Tireless Tracker. I've been seeing a couple people try out this card once again. No Fable Passage. I am trying Field of the Ruin, just because I do think that Field makes push better. Again, a lot of people are cutting on push, going down to just 3 pushes. I still like the full 4. I think with Field of Ruin, it does get a lot better. And so I think, just theoretically, it makes sense that we would want to be playing Field, Fatal Push, and Tracker together. So going to be on that plan. 3 Lilianas, 3 Glissa, trying out, I guess, just a lot of 3s, right, with Invoked, Shieldred, and Chariot as all 3 ofs, and Lily and Glissa. I like Invoke. I don't think it's a 4 of, honestly. Perhaps could be better as a 2 of. There are a good number of matchups where it's just kind of dead. It does something. It kind of, accelerates you into the late game or mid to late game. And we do have to make a few mana restrictions to accommodate it. We are playing 21 black sources. We do have to play at least 22 to meet the Invoke Despair criteria, as it's quad black. But we are playing the Field of Ruin, which can fix us later on. We could just play the 3rd Swamp over the forest, but I'll try this mana base out for now. Still playing the Scrap Wurges, which additionally helps out the mana, so I'm not too worried about that. But the main thing I'm excited about is Chariot for this video. I think that whenever I've been on like Mono Black or just BGX, whenever like a Transmogrified deck or a Vehicles deck plays this card, I am just completely swamped. Like, it's just such a powerhouse. And so for that reason, I would like to bring it in or just have access to it just with the prevalence of Rakdos in the matchup, and it's decent against aggro, stuff like that. So don't mind it. Similarly, playing a Bank Buster, the removal suite is a bit different. I still love Decay. I am going a bit down in Trophy and trying out Go for the Throat. I think that Go for the Throat is a bit more applicable to Trophy at the moment in the meta. I've been seeing less Incarnation decks and just more decks that obviously want to be playing creatures, so I think Go for the Throat is a bit better, and playing it over Power Word Kill, just because Atraxa is such a menace in the format right now. I think Go for the Throat is probably just a bit better. Still on 25 lands. The sideboard has changed a bit. I want to go a bit more controlling, as you can see with the Triple Duress and the 4th Liliana. Grid against Rakdos, grid against Control, rather. After playing the Mono Black Depletion style, I really like that, especially against the aforementioned mid-range and control decks, obviously. I think Terra Center is great in the sideboard, great against vehicles, great against, usually bringing like 2 in against Rakdos, and has some applications elsewhere. Still on the Necromancer for the combo plan. 1 of Noxious Grasp. This is you know, kind of an underwhelming card, but I still like it. I think it's still pretty applicable in the meta, alongside the 3 rituals, and still on the hearses. Honestly, I did consider bringing in Leyline of the Void in maybe like 3 copies in a deck like this, but I decided against it. I think that's a bit too much for the meta at the moment, and as a green-black deck, I'm not sure that we can really facilitate it, unfortunately. But with that being said, hope you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing if you enjoy the content if you haven't already, and let's get into the video. Okay, here we are for round number 1 on the play. Very excited to get back into the rock. Got a quite nice hand, pretty well-rounded. Opponent mulligans to 6, then to 5. Now I feel bad for not playing Pox. Oh, into 4. Ooh. Now I want to draw off Liliana Thoughtseize off the top. Okay, hopefully we could get some sort of a game here, though. Hopefully the opponent can unmulligan themselves to some extent. But yeah, keeping it on 4 is not ideal for sure. I'll just play up my Scoos, I think. I suppose it could get like play with Fired or something like that, but I think that's okay. I think with them, with as little resources as they do have, I'll just run out my creature. Makes sense. Still not entirely sure what we're up against. Shielded was a pretty nice draw though. Fable, okay. So maybe like a mono red mid-range type of deck. Could be pretty sweet. I'll just push that pretty easily. And I feel like I just want to play Chariot and then Shielded to accrue it the turn after if we want to. Could decay the Fable, but again, like just want to really pressure them here. I think a play like that is a little unnecessary. Fortunately, the opponent is, you know, making their decisions in a timely manner. Yeah, it definitely seems like mono red mid-range. Probably have Golos as well. I've just had so many players just like be so slow in their play lately. It's kind of sad. Okay, well, just going straight with the plan. They discard 2 lands, so I wonder if they may have like kept just a 4 land hand and then just drew all lands. It'd be a little unfortunate. Okay, just concede to that. We were pretty ahead. Okay, so mono red. So we saw the Cataracts, so definitely think Golos, and we saw Fable, so I don't mind some number of Terra Sunders. The rest could be decent as well, but kind of just need to see more of their deck, honestly. I think I will definitely consider these. Invoke seems really powerful in this matchup. Tracker seems okay, but could die to a lot of their burn spells. Decay, not sure how I feel about this card. Could probably take 1 out. And then maybe a Scavenging Ooze. Something like that. Have the Terra Sunders in. I think I do like Terra Sunder more than Decay. As it hits Golos, it could hit bigger Planeswalkers if they run them. If this deck plays Fires of Invention though, then they could be on like Cavalier of Flame. I know Aspiring Spike played a deck like that in the past, so that's a nice hand. Turn 4 Invoke. So definitely want to be like mindful of those types of things, what we could be up against. Always want to be doing that as a mid-range player in general. Okay, they mulligan to 6. Share it with yeah, it's a nice draw. I mean these Scrap Forger hands are can be quite powerful when we, you know, get a turn 3 Chariot, turn 4 Invoke. Love having the push as well. However, this can get, you know, Lightning Striked. I'm not sure if they play Lightning Strike, but again, just kind of need to see more of their deck. And I will play out this Overgrown Tomb. Don't really want to play out the Forest or the Field of Ruin, as we do have the Invoke in hand. Still do need an additional black source, which is good to know. Stomp me. Okay, sure. And just play out the Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. Okay, no black source. I guess we will just run out a Field of Ruin. And yeah, just get the Chariot out. I would imagine a card like this is pretty good against them. Would love to get the black source though. Kind of, you know, I mean, I would say it is unlucky to draw Field Forest in our deck. But still, you know, feeling the downsides of a mana base like this with triple Invoke Despair in our deck. So, you know, definitely valid to keep in mind. But we did draw the land, which is nice. So I think I just want to fire it off. They could have like a Golos next turn, which we would want to kill, especially with the Cataracts. Yeah, other than that, I would be like attacking with Chariot and then playing other Chariot, which I suppose wouldn't be too bad. But I feel like it just makes sense to play Invoke Despair while we have the mana to do so, right? Also just like draws us 2 cards. Scrap Orger being really important here. Fixes mana and ramps us. Okay, Glissa and land. It's alright. Six cards in hand. So we're ahead on resources, at least in terms of our hands and our cards in hand, and then just ahead on the board advantage as well. Okay. No answer for the Chariot. Cool. Fields the Tomb. Sure. So keep in mind we only have the 1 swamp left as a target for Field of Ruins, either ours or theirs. But they have some pretty good plays. They could go Fires of Invention into Cavalier Flames, or yeah, just a Golos. Definitely good. They do have the mana to activate next turn, which is really quite scary. So, you know, definitely could have held the Invoke Despair. But I just feel like I like pressuring them here. And we do have a fair number of answers to Golos, so not too unhappy about just getting the, you know, turn 4 Invoke out there. It's pretty straightforward, I feel like. Okay, what do we want to do this turn? Definitely attacking, but what do we want to be playing first? So they'll block the Chariot, I feel like, and then take 6. Or take 4, I guess. Yeah, I guess we go for that plan. I do think I want to attack here. I mean, they can just, you know, have a free block if they want to block one of these cat tokens. But I think just like pressuring them is definitely what we want to be doing here. Okay, and they take the 4. Makes sense. And then could have 3 mana. Keep in mind we cannot Field of Ruin the Cataracts as it has indestructible. We can Field of Ruin the the Den, so I think I will actually play that out instead of the tapped Overgrown Tomb, and then just pass. And then they need to hit like a Wrath effect here. It'd be like their best answer for this right now. Another Cataracts. And a Fires, okay. Then they have one more play. Cavalier, okay, yeah. That's really good sequencing. Discard a Cleansing Wildfire, draw an additional card. So then when it dies, deals damage to us equal to the number of lands, which is 1. Okay. Ooh, wow. What a draw that one is. Jeez, okay. Yeah, let's go for that one. Invoke Despair, just so good in this matchup. Definitely feels good to beat up on quote-unquote big mana decks like this, yeah, as they can see here with Invoke Despair. Yeah, I mean, if like Fires of Invention is a strategy that we want to be, or that will increase in prevalence and relevance, power level, then Invoke Despair is definitely one of the best answers. As it kills the fires. They could still get value with ETB triggers, but it likely just makes them sacrifice whatever creature they play as well. So really powerful there. And yeah, Scrap Gorger, pretty much the beast there, ramping us into everything. See you guys for the next one. Okay, here we are for match number 2. We're on the draw with, for sure, Keep. You know, if this deck did not play Scrap Gorger, likely could be a mulligan, but with the Scrap Gorgers, we can keep this 2-lander. Mistgate Pathway, my first thinking is Azorius Spirits. I guess we could take a look, though. Could be Control as well. Yeah, okay, it is Spirits, so definitely a difficult matchup for sure. They have a pretty decent hand. Feel like I just want to take, well, we could take Rattle Chains, force them to Shacklegeist next turn, on their turn, and then just push that, and then leave them with, you know, no creatures. I think I kind of like that plan. Could have alternatively taken the Slip Out the Back, but I feel like that plays a bit more reactively, as they could just hold up mana. Yeah. And definitely having Skoos around is gonna be quite nice in a matchup like this, where of course we want to be gaining life. You know, it is fair to say though that a deck like ours with Invoke Despair gets a little worse. With Skoos in it, there's kind of tension there between the amount of green colored sources we want for Skoos and the amount of black colored sources we want for Liliana. Okay, so they can cast the Geistlight Snare, so pretty much anything we cast here will get countered. I think I'll just go for the one of the Scrap Gorgers. Liliana would have been nice if they were tapped out, but I think this is just our next best option. Definitely with the Geistlight Snare, we want to just be establishing our mana. Thankfully drew the Swamp last turn. Okay. But for sure, definitely a tough matchup. Do have some Ritual of Soots in the sideboard. That's about it. Oh, yep, that's one of the scarier draws they could have had. Now their Geistlight Snare's 1 mana. Still have the Slip Out the Back. Yeah, I mean, them top decking this Wanderer was pretty much what they needed. our Thoughtseize plan didn't work out the best. 4 cards in hand now. Okay, it's 3. So 1 unknown and the 2 we know about. Okay, I do like seeing push. I kind of don't mind going skews here, then like fatal push on upkeep. We only have 1 blue mana right now, so if they like counter skews, then we could just push. If they leave skews on the table, then that's, you know, pretty decent for us. I don't think I like casting Liliana. Slip out the back plays around that really well, so I think I would just like going skews, see what they do, and then push thereafter, either immediately if they tap out of blue mana, or just in their upkeep if they don't decide to counter this. Kind of hurts not drawing lands, but push is definitely like perhaps even better than a land, right? Yeah, I'll just leave that untapped. And Goose could be a good beater here. And then, yeah, with the Geistlight Snare still in the hand, I think we just have to let this happen. I think I still will push here. Have any effects? Just to get the counterspell out of their hand. Yes. Okay. They draw a card, which obviously sucks. Hallowed Fountain. Okay, so they shocked it in, having the additional blue source, which is pretty scary for sure. Chariot, interesting. Okay, well let's just start with Scavenging Ooze, and I think I may just play that Chariot. Or could play Liliana for sure. If we do play Liliana, I would plus. I don't know. I think I like getting out Chariot here. It's a little close. But I think, honestly, with us not having like a good way to remove the Wanderer, I just want to get aggressive. Definitely sucks if they have Counterspell here, though. Ooh, Spell Queller was the worst, though. Yikes. Yeah, it's really good. Okay. Drew pretty well this game. We kind of had a little bit of a clunky start, but still good draws. Man, that Spell Queller was really, really good for them. Okay. Well, I think I'm just attacking with both my creatures. Yep. So, with 2 oil counters on the Scrap Gorger, we can attack. And then make it a 3/3. Yeah, this definitely is a matchup where I love Screws. Love having Screws rather than a Misery Shadow, that's for sure. But yeah, they go down to 9. I'll just play out the Liliana. I'm sure she'll get countered. Yeah. Uh-oh, another Spell Queller. Oh, geez. Okay, that's pretty bad, actually. So this actually increases their clock quite a bit compared to ours. Gonna be swinging in for 6. Put us down to 5. Then we can only swing in for 6, maybe 9. Oh, okay. Now they have 8. If they have a Supreme Phantom, then we're just dead. Yeah, seems like 8, so that is 10 damage. Do they have a Flash Creature? No, we're at 1, okay. And yeah, that's a blocker. So they must have just drawn that. Okay. Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Definitely a tough matchup. The Spell Quellers taking, Chariot and Liliana kind of speaks for themselves with how powerful those were. But yeah, definitely love the rituals. Noxious Grasp is a no from me. And Liliana could actually be decent. We'll see. I think I want to start by cutting the Invokes. Just 5 mana, too much. And then probably just one of the Thought Seizes. Thought Seize is kind of like, I like it and I don't like it. I like it being able to like strip them of having creatures if they want to be on the Geistlight Snare, or I guess like the Counterspell, or the Curious Obsession Plan. Or can just strip a Counterspell when we need to resolve a spell, so definitely that's okay. Do I want like a Bank Buster? Do I want a Tracker? I could probably cut a Tracker actually for just keeping in all the Thought Seizes seems decent. Could honestly also bring in some amount of Duress. We are on the play, so how about let's try this out. Take out Bank Buster, which is another slow card like Tracker, and for Duress. And with the 5 discard spells and for Liliana's, we may be able to get a good sequence in the early turns. Okay, well, no discard, but this is definitely a keep. Definitely nice. Shieldred, also a very powerful card in this matchup. Okay, they mulligan to 6. Mulligan to 6, keep 6. Okay, do some thinking here, act like I have a Fatal Push, and then yield. Oh, I guess I do have a Fatal Push. I think it's still worth it to get out the Scrap Gorger, though. It's the most mana efficient play we have. Also facilitates a turn 3 Shieldred, or some amount of a double spell next turn. Ooh, okay, Decay is a really nice card in the matchup. For fear of a counterspell here, I'm not going to run out the Shieldred. I think that's not the best play. So I will, I think, just start by pushing and seeing what they have. I feel like they may just like let this resolve. Slip out the back. Okay. then I will try to decay that. Not entirely sure if I want to be fighting over this, but I will. Makes our Liliana better. If they don't have another flying creature here, could make Shieldred a bit better for play next turn. Although they, I guess, do have just like Lofty Denial or Geistlight Snare here that could counter it. Ooh, I forgot to actually activate Scrap Quarter on the end step. That was a mistake. I think I don't mind just... Ooh, well, they are representing Spell Queller, so I think I'll go for a Glissa. They could Queller this and then still have Liliana to Edict, perhaps. But if they have Queller into like another answer for Liliana, then we may be in tough shape. Oh, they don't though. Interesting. I wonder what they have then. And no counterspell, so they may have a hand of like slip out the backs. Well, that was a really good draw. See what's up. Oh, forgot Scrap Quarter yet again. My bad, you guys. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the back. Okay, so they want to be protecting something. Not entirely sure what. But this definitely makes our Liliana better. Yeah, perfect spot for Liliana here. Dress was a great top deck. I actually may be a bit more interested in this card in the matchup, actually. I've never really thought of bringing it in, to be honest. Okay, if we hit a land there, I would have gone for Shieldred, but otherwise, it is a pretty easy Liliana here. Oh, and they just concede. Okay, so perfect Sync Scene there. Perfectly timed draw of the Duress. Yeah, definitely do like Liliana. Do I want to cut anything? You know, after seeing Duress there, I think I want to cut one of those for a Chariot. Or bring in an extra one for a Chariot. I may be a bit more partial to that card now. Not the most ideal hand. We're on the draw, so having two lands doesn't hurt us terribly. We do have Shieldred, which was one of our best cards in the matchup. I think I'm going to keep it, although it is pretty borderline. Liliana as well could be decent. Okay, Wanderer can counter Duress, unfortunately. Do hit their land, though. Definitely just like want removal from here on out. Okay, they have a pretty slow hand, though. That's definitely good for us. Ritual Upset, okay. Not bad, not bad. Still a little slow. You know, it's unfortunate that we can't really capitalize on them kind of not having the best hand early on here, of course. But no draw of Curious Obsession, which is really good for us. They drew a Mistgate Pathway, okay. So they could have Spell Queller, but I think we're still going to go for Glissa. Of course, they get Apparition as well on their turn, but just makes our Ritual Upset better. Ooh, okay. So that's good. I really just hope they Skyclave Apparition this Glissa, though, as then we can make our Ritual Upset really powerful. Perfect. And yeah, I was just going to say that they didn't see this card last game, so they wouldn't really want to, or wouldn't have a reason to play around it. But actually, I didn't think of this. They do have the counterspell here. I think I'd be okay for that trade with that trade though, honestly. Keeping in mind how good Curious Obsession is against us. So it's not, you know, the most ideal, but still, I think worth it. Yes. Now they just have a 2/2. Hopefully they don't have another Curious Obsession. We are drawing our lands though, which is nice. Okay, Supreme Phantom. There's the Odawara. Another Supreme Phantom. Okay. Hopefully the last card isn't like a counterspell or slip out the back, something like that. Shieldred, okay. What do we want to be doing here? I kind of like Liliana minus, although Shieldred is really nice. We're taking 8 down to 2 next turn. So if we Liliana, they sack a Phantom, then we're only taking 4. Then we have Liliana in play. What counterspell could they have? Spell Pierce, we could play around that. Slip out the back wouldn't do anything. Yeah, I wish we could have had like a double spell turn here, but I think Liliana is correct. If they have like a Spectral Sailor, that would be actually the worst here though. Oh, and they sacrifice Apparition. Interesting. So, still getting hit for 4. I guess, does that make sense? I don't know. I mean, we just have 3/3 now though. And then we'll pass. I suppose though, even if they had a Spectral Sailor, with even playing Shieldred, we would have been dead on board, so I like our play of Liliana there, I think. But still would definitely love to see removal because we're going down to 6. Oh, they kill Liliana. Okay, I'm actually fine with that. But no play is a little scary. Spell Queller is really terrible for us here, but I think we just do have to go for the Shieldred. Or any counterspell is really bad for us. Hopefully they just don't have anything. Oh. Lofty Denial. No, just draw a card. Huh. Okay. So we go down to 1. So we are still in need of removal spell. Top deck, right? So that's a little worrisome. They have another Supreme Phantom? Ah, Curious Obsession for the kill. Dang, that's pretty annoying. Okay, well, couldn't do much about that. Again, this is a very close matchup, as we saw here. Pretty tough few games. We did have, we had some fair play, going back and forth. I definitely do not mind siding in the duresses. I think that's going to be a new plan of mine in matchups like this, Azorius and Mono Blue Spirits. Yeah, could actually cut on Glissa as well for extra removal, although we don't really have any more removal. Could be another reason why we don't want the Noxious Grasp and say want just a generic card like an extra Go for the Throat or Abrupt Decay. But good to know about that, and I'll see you for the next one. Alright, here we are for match number 3. 1-1 so far, so pretty fair result. Not unhappy with that last match, that last loss. Definitely against Azorius Spirits. A difficult matchup. But I do like getting that win in match 1. Definitely feels nice. Hopefully we do get some more good matches here though. Some good matchups. And some good hands, as we see this 5-lander. Opponent keeps 7, we're going to have to mulligan. Okay, I mean, Not too ideal, but on 6 I do think we have to keep this. I think I'll keep the 2 Glissas. I feel like, broadly speaking, they're a bit better. Being on the draw, though, ooh, against Lotus Field, this is not the hand we want. They scratch the top. Okay, this is going to be a little difficult. Invoke Despair certainly doesn't help out. We'll just be riding the Liliana out turn 3, if I had to imagine. Another Temple. Scratch the bottom this time. Ooh, and a Grazer is really, really good. I have Lotus Field? No, just another Temple. Okay. 1 bottom. Really powerful start from them, though. Abrupt Decay doesn't do too much. Would have loved, would have rather have had a trophy to hit a potential Thespian stage. Interesting though, no Lotus Field or Thespian stage yet. I'm just gonna kill this. Makes our attackers better, and Abrupt Decay is otherwise like not useful. But yeah, certainly just gonna go for Liliana here. Can obviously pressure with Glissa, but this is a matchup where we just really need the disruption, hand disruption early on. Discards another Ball-Legged Recovery. 4 cards in hand. There's just Sylvan Scrying for a Lotus Field. Makes sense. Now, if they have a Hidden Strings, they could start going off, potentially. Or Vizier. No, okay. It's good, and yeah, that's a good draw. Start by plussing away this Invoke Despair. Kind of an irrelevant card again in the matchup. And then I could go for Glissa, but Chariot is a slight quicker clock, so I'll go for that one. Impulse. But yeah, still not feeling the best in this matchup. With this start from us. Post board, we have a lot of options. Certainly with the 3rd Duress, the matchup gets a bit better. And the Necromanchers are great. Oh, and even the 4th Liliana. I forgot that I had access to that. That's really nice. Shimmer of Possibility. Okay. So nothing too terrible yet, but they are digging for, or get to see a lot of cards here, so still pretty good for them. Ooh, okay, and there's that Thespian stage. Yeah, can't do anything else this turn though, unfortunately. Shield Druid was a fantastic draw. Wow. Alright, I guess I'm going to be plussing away this Glissa. Shield Druid definitely inhibits their combo. It's not an auto win for sure, but definitely fantastic to have, and kind of perfect to crew the Chariot here and get to swing for 8. And yeah, we just have lethal next turn, so they have to combo off this turn or inhibit our plan somehow. But yeah, let's see if they can do it. Really, really great draw though. Okay, Vizier, definitely good start for them. But yeah, if they have just an ultimatum here, then we're likely dead. Okay, no, they didn't didn't draw anything. Perfect. So getting this steal the first game here against Lotus Field, especially with that kind of meh start from us, is quite crucial. And yeah, like I said, we just have so much 6 cards to bring in in this matchup. Feels really good. And then I think typically, so they have recent lists have been running Hope Tender and Baral. so I don't not like Fatal Push, whereas otherwise I wouldn't like a card like this. So I think we could start by cutting the Invoke Despairs. Then we... I think I would rather have Tireless Tracker than, you know, some number of Fatal Pushes. I do think Decay is like our worst removal. Go for the Throat is still decent against like Leer. So I think I'll probably leave it like that. Could bring in Hearse as well. Kind of stops some of the combo. Could think about that. Maybe we don't need all these pushes. Or say a Bank Buster. Sure. Maybe 2 Hearse is a little much. Maybe we just want the 1 or 0. But I do like trying out Graveyard Hate in this matchup. I think it's pretty relevant. And yeah, this is a good hand. Not on the play, so we don't get the unbeatable turn 3 Necromentia on Lotus Field. But still having Necromentia and Shield Druid and Hearse is just like exactly what we want. Even if we don't hit 3rd land by turn 3, we still have Scrap Gorger to guarantee us being able to cast these, the Necromentia, which I think I will just do here rather than playing Hearse. Oh, they cycle, okay. I was expecting an Impulse, but that's definitely better for us. Definitely like the start from them. If they have Lotus Field though, oh, just Thespian Stage, okay. And Hardcast Vizier, interesting. Oh, wow. I think I would just want a Necromancer on Lotus Field without them having it turn 3 there. We can Liliana minus or go for the Throat on this Vizier, or even Liliana plus, but I think it's pretty a pretty academic play of getting the Necromancer here out on the Lotus Field while they have not casted it yet. Pretty much just completely nullifies their combo, or their whole deck, right? They have Hidden Strings, Leer, and Pour over the pages. Okay. They bring in anything interesting. They have a Voyaging Satyr, which is pretty sweet. Other than that, they did not side in any other alternate win condition. Don't see any Terror Senders, so it didn't really sideboard it at all, it seems. And yeah, perfect scenario also of them just not having any Lotuses in hand and getting the value with the zombies. Okay. Luckily, we do have the Go for the Throat for that, which is nice. And we hit the land. Very cool. So let's just go kill this. And with that out of the way, we don't really need a Hearse, so I'm just going to Scrap Gorger. Then we could start clocking them with Chariot and Shieldred. They can still technically win, but they would need so much mana. Okay, well, that is a lot of mana. That's 7 mana right there. Okay, they do have these 3 in hand. Cannot go Liliana plus 4-drop. So I think I just cast Shieldred and Hearse here. I think that probably just makes the most sense. Now this pretty greatly inhibits their combo potential. Okay, and they just concede. Very nice. So that was a pretty easy nab of game 2. Definitely game 1. I feel like we probably got a bit lucky with their draws there. Turn 3 Liliana though still is quite the force for them to beat. So definitely feel good about that win, and hope you stick around. Okay, here we are for match number 4. We are on the play. I guess we could keep this hand. Definitely want to be playing against some type of creature deck, right? But for sure keepable. Not having creatured kind of sucks, but you know, for sure keepable. Den of the Bugbear, okay. Still could be a variety of decks. Invoke was for sure nice if this is Rakdos. Okay, definitely seems like it is Rakdos. Definitely good to get the I guess experience with this matchup. I think I'm just gonna save my removal, and ooh, Chariot was nice as well, and then just Liliana Edict on this. If they had like a Mutavault, I would not make this play, but I think it makes sense just keeping a removal around, utilizing our Planeswalkers when we do have them. Liliana minus being better than Decay here, I would imagine. Okay, Trespasser is not bad. We do just have Decay for that though if we really want to. Ooh, interesting. So if we want to Decay plus Scoos, then we have to play a green land, which is not good for Invoke Despair. So I think we probably just want to play out this Chariot. And then what am I discarding? Second Decay or just the Scoos? I think probably second Decay. Having the Invoke as a removal spell as well. Chariot, though, like Chariot, Liliana, and Invoke are just really crucial cards in this matchup. And Decay, you could argue, is our best removal spell against them. With Trespassers, Fable, and Lilianas of their own. For sure, love having it. Stomp, Liliana, sure. It's pretty good. Croxa, okay, that's good as well. Interesting what we want to discard here. I think probably the Decay. Although with no second green source, we can't immediately eat the Croxa with the Scoos. But I think in the long term, Croxa is going to be quite the problem, so I'd rather just keep our answer to it, even though it can pretty easily die to a Fatal Push or Stomp on the turn after. Perfect. Okay. Love to see 5th land there. It is now a pretty easy choice of going with... start by attacking with Chariot. And Invoke Despair. It's going to be a sacrifice their Trespasser and draw 2 for us. And then Deathcap Glade was just like the perfect draw there because it also allows us to have second green source available for a Croxa. Okay. Not the best draws, but still pretty decent. Thoughtseize. Ooh, okay, well. Tiger Scoos, and then they just have a pretty decent plan of going with the Croxa for sure. What is this? Bone Crusher from hand. Interesting, okay. I don't know why they wouldn't just play the one from exile. But that can act as a blocker against Chariot. Wow, okay. That was a really good draw. Yeah, I think we're just still going to attack, and we'll play Scoos first so we could crew with it. But yeah, attack and then eat the Kroxa here. Wow. Scoos never fails to impress me. That's for sure. And I'm just going to attack with all here, pressure them the most. Yep, and yeah, with that block they're taking 6, and we just have straight up have lethal, so it makes sense that they block here. And then yeah, pass turn, and we have lethal. Okay. Power word kill on scavenging use. Okay. And with the hive we do just still have lethal though. Yeah, I mean this configuration, this list definitely seemed powerful against Rakdos, that's for sure. So definitely love that, and love getting game 1, of course. Post board we do get the 4th Liana, and then like I said in the intro, I do like usually bringing in 2 Terror Sunders, and then seeing Kroxa, I don't mind maybe like 1 Hearse. Still do have the Scoos and Armored Scrap Quarter for that though. First instinct is obviously just to take out these 4 Thoughtseizes in the mid-range mirror. How do we like this? I think, yeah, looks good to me. Nice curve. I love just having 4 Lilianas in these types of matchups, and the Tireless Tracker is really good here as well. So definitely do not mind this, that's for sure. But yeah, this for sure, this configuration is really good against Rakdos. Invoke, Chariot, Tireless Tracker, come on, I can't get any better than that. And then Liliana. You know, there's always the conversation of whether or not to keep Thoughtseize in post board. I'm always one to cut it against mid-range decks, opposing mid-range decks. But, you know, people have made the very valid argument of keeping it in with difficult cards to deal with Fable, like Fable, other things like that. This is another hand where pretty bad against Thoughtseize, but I still think I'm supposed to keep it. It's not guaranteed that they kept in Thoughtseize post board. Okay, looks like they have a Fatal Push. Don't know why would they didn't see any 1-drop plays from this. I'm not really sure where they would want to shock in there. We'll love to see a Harvester. Perfect. Great that they have Harvester and not like a Bank Buster, right? So far so good. Field of Ruin, Field of Ruin could be good as well against Den of the Bugbear, Mutavault, Castle. Definitely need to draw some other cards here, some other relevant cards. So they pass with 3 mana open, which is really confusing to me. Guess I'll take the time to play my tap land. I guess they could have Stomp, removal spell probably. Discards a Fatal Push, okay. Don't mind seeing that gone. Bit of a awkward start here though, with seemingly both players having handful of removal. A Trespasser would be like a good play here. Just a shooter though, so fortunately we did draw the trophy for that one, and I had the field plus Fatal Push otherwise, so don't mind that. Does ramp them, but definitely just a play. Oh, and they failed to find. Oh, that's so interesting. So Rakdos decks usually play, okay, with that draw, I'm just gonna slam this Chariot. Rakdos decks usually play 2 swamps as their only basic lands. So either they must have those 2 swamps in hand, or they just don't run any basics. Definitely like fine either way though. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Plus a swamp. Yeah, I guess it's just the second Chariot. And so whenever you have these 2 Chariots in play, you want to keep the one that is not newly controlled. So this one says newly controlled. We keep the one that's not newly controlled, so it does not have summoning sickness, and we could attack with it right after, getting the tokens from the newly casted one. Fatal Push. Sure. So pretty aggressive with that Fatal Push. I would have pushed in response to the attack trigger. Or if they're able to get Revolt, just save it for the Chariot itself, but not sure what their thinking was for that. Harvester. The Castle Lockthwain is still something to consider though. I think here we have a pretty easy push, however. They do have Revolt, but still good habit of killing things on their turn, so we don't trigger Revolt for their Fatal Pushes, right? Ooh, wow. Liliana was a fantastic draw as well. Yeah. So let's cast her, planning to discard Fatal Push. Gonna draw here. What is this? Power Roadkill? Ooh, Noxious Grasp. That's an interesting sideboard card, okay. So, yeah. Crew. And this makes our Field of Ruin that much better, as they have not gotten any value whatsoever off their castle. Sucks that we do have to discard a Fatal Push, but we're just like really ahead here. It doesn't even matter. And then I'll just do this immediately before they're able to untap. And so I guess they only play 1 swamp, right? So because they failed to find earlier. Very interesting. But yeah, the mistake of Fatal Pushing not in response to our first attack with Chariot was pretty detrimental against them, or for them, yeah, because it just allows us to attack further. discards a Graveyard Trespasser. Yeah, I guess not the best against Liliana, and they just concede. So yeah, feels good to be winning against Rakdos with our BGX. Yeah, I mean, like this game was just Chariot, last game was just Chariot. Liliana's still crucial in the matchup. Invoke Despair, awesome. Having Tireless Tracker is just even better. And yeah, feels good. I'll see you guys for match 5. Okay, here we are for match number 5 on the playing for the 4-1, which feels really good. And we have a pretty great hand, I would say. No matter how this match goes, I'm feeling really good about the deck. Love the Chariots. They've been really good. Love having 4 Liliana in the 75. Saw that great against Rakdos just now, and then against Lotus Field as well. Match 3. Invoke Despair has been great as well. Obviously great against Rakdos, but really good surprisingly against the that first match against the mono red Fires of Invention deck. So that was sweet. And yeah, Scoo's doing well as Scoo's doing good as well. So with this mana, we can't go Scoo's turn 2 if we Thoughtseize, but I think we're still supposed to Thoughtseize. Interesting, okay. So, creativity, but with 2 lands. We can take the Fire Prophecy for our Scoo's. However, Scoo's is just like not really relevant in this matchup. And with them having the Worm in hand, I don't want them to cast this Fire Prophecy. So I think I'm just never going to cast the Scoo's in this match. And then with that being said, could either take Impulse or Make Disappear. Taking Make Disappear is good as it protects our shielder, but I think it's just the Impulse here as that slows them down the most, with them being on 2 lands. That being said, we don't really have a plan going forward either. So there's that. Okay, I'll just play my Glade. Guess I wouldn't mind drawing a extra discard spell. You know, yeah, I don't mind running out. Oh, no. Actually do not want to do that. Let me quickly look up a list really quick to basic lands, check them. Because I may want to play my Field of Ruin. Give me a sec here, guys. Two mountains, no islands though, at least in this list that I'm seeing. I suppose that makes sense with the creativity being triple red. So yeah, I think I'll just field them instead of playing out castle. Yeah, and it actually isn't at no cost to us because we get swamp and then we could play castle, lock the lane on our next turn, and just still play out shielded. So, you know, obviously they could still draw a blue land, but I definitely like this play with them, with us drawing Scrap Gorger and them having the Fire Prophecy to gain value. And yeah. Okay, yeah, sweet. So they could still get rid of the World Spine Worm with the Fire Prophecy. They could still target the Shieldred, but I think it's just a quite easy Shieldred to pressure them now that we have disrupted the mana. Wow, excuse me. But yeah, it looks like they're just gonna do this. No, not yet. Okay. Yeah, Field of Ruin, really, really good there. Okay, so there's their mana, blue mana, and third land. We can expect that they top decked that. Fair enough. And yeah, there's the Fire Prophecy. And then I'll just put away this World Spine Worm because it's very likely they just put it back in their library for the combo. Oh no! Wow, okay. So that was the worst case scenario actually. Now we... oh, okay. I was gonna say we don't have a good way of pressuring them. I suppose the Glissa still dies to removal, but still a very good way of pressuring them. But yeah, that was really good for them. Okay, and they're hitting their lands. Another Fire Prophecy would be really good here. Yeah, dang, okay. That kind of sucks. So we could still probably expect that they kept Make disappear. So I think I'm just gonna play out Scoos. Yeah, man, like they really drew kind of perfectly to get out of our disruption there. That was pretty disappointing. Another removal? Dang, dude. Okay. Yikes. Yikes, that's really good for them. Wow. Impressive. Wow, and they just keep hitting lands. Jeez. I mean, I guess they do have selection off the Fire Prophecies. So it's actually not guaranteed that they have Mech disappear. Yep, there's the Dig Through Time. I mean, their combo is still like, will take some time unless they hit like a big score. Time to set up, that is. But yeah, we just really don't have a good way of pressuring them. Okay, let's play out Scrap Gorger. If they... I guess if they have that one blue instant that makes it a clue token, then I would want to keep up my trophy. Man, is that the 4th Fire Prophecy for all of our cards? Jeez. Yeah. Wow. That's okay though. I feel like they put this back, but I'll still play around it, I guess. I'll just put it away for now though. But yeah, trophy is actually pretty crucial here, as we can hit a treasure token that they would target with a creativity. However, that operates off the assumption that they go x equals 2. If they go x equals 3, then completely nullifies the trophy game plan. But that would mean they have to have an extra mana and an extra whatchamacallit, treasure token. And push now, still playing around Make disappear. Liliana was a fantastic draw. Yeah, I like our sideboard plan in this matchup as well. We get the 4th Liliana as well, the 3 Duresses as well, Necromancers as well, and Terra Senders. So I'm really liking this sideboard actually. I think the 3rd Duress and the 4th Liliana like make a lot of sense. That's what it's called. Secret to the Key. Okay. But yeah, still pretty far away from casting creativity. We do have Liliana, and the trophy, so they only discard big score. Which makes me think they just had another one in hands, because that was like kind of the premium card they would want here. Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, I think I'm scared enough of a big score into creativity that I don't want to go like Castle Lock Thwain, tap out, just to be able to have an extra card to discard to Liliana, so I'll just discard this Goose here. And kind of act like Liliana is my way to victory. Yep, discards a Fable. Gotta love the opponent's name. I just noticed this. And yeah, keeping screws around for like exiling Staker to the key is not really relevant at all. Discards a land, okay. So very interesting game here. Still kind of like both players a little on the edge here. Don't really have that good of a game plan. But Liliana is definitely kind of keeping us alive here, I would say. They immediately pass, wow. So, great time to Castle Lock Thwain. Bank Buster, okay. Fatal Push. I think I could keep this alive, so I don't think I want to like Edict here or Trophy it. So I think I will just discard this Fatal Push. I guess like worst case scenario, they have a Shark Typhoon on end step here, but I feel pretty comfortable just doing this. Okay. So, you know, 2 clue tokens is really relevant right now. And now they get creativity for 3. Which would be really good. Yeah, that would be the win for them. A Xenagos. Hard cast Xenagos. Really interesting. Okay, so that makes me think they have creativity in hand for next turn. Huh. Okay. So how do we want to do this? So, like, do I want to ultimately on a next turn? And so, like, that would mean I would trophy the reflection right now. If I do that, I would put, like, their lands in one pile, then all 9 lands in another one. It doesn't seem terrible. It would mean obviously we don't have Liliana to stick around after. This also doesn't play well into a spell, a counter spell though. So actually I think with that, Well, even if... No, because they could still hold up Counterspell with a Creativity next turn, right? Creativity onto... Well, actually, they can't. So I think I actually have to let this happen. I don't know, it's really close actually. It's just so bad if they have a make disappear. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Just please don't have a make disappear. Or spell pierce if they play it. Okay, phew. We'd love to see a Thoughtseize. No. Invoke Despair. It's interesting. Does hit Xenagos. I think I have to ultimate Liliana though. Big score? Ooh. Yeah, looks like they have a big score here. Discards Fire Prophecy. Or Fiery Impulse. So, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with this. This makes it a lot, without Xenagos, this makes it pretty difficult for them to combo off. And, yeah, I don't think they actually have a way. Oh, they keep Xenagos? What the heck? Oh, they... oh no, they misclicked. Yeah, with Liliana, the yeah, the one you pick, you sacrifice. So, I think that's actually a pretty common misclick. So, one land, I mean, they have 2 treasure tokens, but it'll be really difficult for them to win from here. Oh, wow, especially with double Thoughtseize. Yeah, a little unfortunate. Guess I just Thoughtseize both of these away. I mean, like, doesn't like matter too much because we just have the win kind of wrapped up here, but it's all right. So with Make Disappear and Creativity in hand, yeah, I don't really see a way of them winning if they kept the lands. Especially with just us drawing really well after that. Okay, I'll go like that. Okay. Glissa, and I'll just play Liliana and not use her. What in the world just happened? They hit a creativity off the top. What? Wait, what? Wait, how'd they have the mana for that? Oh, wow. So just like ultra punished for not playing Invoke Despair though, but what the heck? We do get to block with Glissa. They have 3/5. What? That's what the heck? I don't even remember. Like I wasn't looking. I don't remember the lands they had. I think it was just these 2 lands, and yeah, I guess it's the 2 lands, 2 treasure tokens, and a clue token. So wow, interesting. Okay, well, surprisingly, we are still in this. Thankfully, as we can invoke Edict. What the heck? I totally thought we were dead just there. Jeez, that was crazy. Okay, and they concede. Oh wow. I mean, Glissa. If we hadn't have drawn Glissa, that would have been so insane. Wow, we would have been dead there. That is so crazy. Yeah, I was like not expecting that whatsoever. Jeez. Well, okay. So we have 9 great cards to deal with. So Terra Sunder is really good in this matchup because it first off disrupts the combo as a 2-mana spell by getting rid of treasure tokens in response to creativity. However, as a 4-mana spell, it just directly kills World Spine Worm without them getting any value, and just also as a 2-mana spell actually kills Xenagos. So, with those additions, I think I don't want Chariots. Invoke is actually pretty good. I think Tracker's a little weak. Same thing with Skoos. Don't really like Skoos, especially with them just having a lot of removal. Could probably take out like one push and a decay, I suppose. Pro Cyber definitely gets better. I mean, Necromancer on creativity is by no means an auto win. They have the sideboard Hullbreaker Horrors as well to be mindful of as an alternate win condition that they could just hardcast, right? I think I'm gonna have to move in this one. They keep 7. Okay, still a 2-lander, but better. Put back an Invoke. And yeah, I mean, with these Mulligan hands, with Scrap Gorger, I like actually feel really comfortable keeping them, which is nice. Okay, Liliana, pretty decent draw. Could actually turn to it. No, not turn to it. Getting way too ahead of my thinking with Scrap Gorger ramp. Okay, so they could have Mick disappear, but I think it makes sense to, well, actually, do I want to run out Scrap Gorger? It sucks if they have removal, but honestly, I think we kind of have to do that. Not drawing a 3rd land yet. Okay, a little unfortunate, but still having the discard is pretty crucial. But yeah, definitely just need to hit our lands now. Okay. It's not a land, unfortunately, so if they have Make Disappear, then I'm going to be big time sad. Okay, fortunately they don't. So they could Valakut Awakening here, but I think I still take big score. I think that makes the most sense. Funny draws. Yep. So we'll likely see a brand new hand. I guess they're representing Spell Pierce as well. Ooh, they have it? No. Secrets of the Key, Fire Prophecy, Shark Typhoon. I guess I'd just take Shark Typhoon. So still like, still kind of in it, despite being on 2 lands. But they could easily just get ahead of us without us being able to contend with them. So Kenzin, okay, with its 2 cards in hand. Okay, there's the 3rd land. Yeah, I guess it's just Liliana. Surprisingly really bad. I could actually just kill her next turn. So maybe this wasn't the best play. I think I'm just gonna put back Invoke. But I think we're still supposed to do that, right? Gains us a little bit of time. Makes them discard a card. I think it's okay. Definitely still pretty awkward here, though. Shieldred. Okay. Okay. I'll take the Fire Prophecy. Do I want to also take that Fiery Impulse? Probably not. It makes draw of like Glissa or Scrap Gorger next turn not ideal. I guess Scrap Gorger would be fine. Makes a draw of Glissa bad. Not Thought Seizing there. But I think it's correct. Yeah, hopefully we could just stick a Shieldred. Hit our lands. 4th land, that is. Okay, Spire Bluff Canal. No. Okay, pass. Fatal Push not bad though. Definitely for sure. Killing Muta Voltaire is pretty relevant. Yeah, and if we had let them have their Fire Prophecy, they'd probably just in response kill their own Muta Voltaire, so I'm glad with that take. Another Terrace Under. Okay, I guess I'll Thought Seize now. It's really bad against like a Shark Typhoon. Ooh, okay. Glad we did that. Make Disappear and Shieldred would have been really sad. But again, still just need to draw our lands. 2 Clue Tokens is really relevant. I think they only play one of those cards, right? The Secret to the Key. Go down to 6. Okay. So seemingly didn't draw anything that they liked. Liliana. So if they drew creativity, then I really want to leave up Terrace under here. Or else we're just dead if we play like Liliana. But if we play Liliana, I think that's probably like our best way of actually winning this game. Because if they just don't have creativity, then we're like in not the best shape. So, I mean, again, it plays bad against counter spells, but I think we go for it here. But yeah, just in pretty bad shape. Like, any way this goes, right? Yeah, bit of a non-game here, unfortunately. We drew a bunch of sideboard cards, but I guess like we did give them the information of having Terrace under, but that's okay. Still was supposed to play through it. Okay, attack us is not unsurprising. There's the land. Okay, so I think I just go for a Shield Druid. They impulsed. Wait, what? They impulsed main phase, which was weird. What is that supposed to mean? I have no clue. But yeah, I don't like if I just don't do anything, then if I like leave up mana for Terrace Under, I'm just dying to the tokens. So I'm just gonna play my Shield Druid. They discarded Big Score too. What could they have in hand? I guess probably just the combo. Or Make Disappear? Shark Typhoon? Shark Typhoon for what is this? 3? Oh, just 2. Okay, so we're at 1. We're dead to a Spike Field Hazard. Also dead to creativity. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, stumbling on lands, I mean, can't really do anything about that. Don't think I want to change anything post-board. Yeah, I think well, I think I appreciate the uncounterability of Decay over the Go for the Throat, which like would only hit a World Spineworm, where a Decay can't, but I think at that point we're probably just still dead anyways. Not the best hand here. I think we may have to mulligan this one. Yeah, no discard, no removal. We're on the play, but they could still make disappear Liliana turn 3. I think mulliganing. Ooh. They keep 7. Yeah, I just have to go back down to 5. Oh. Yuck. I don't think I could actually keep this. Okay, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I guess I keep these 4 cards. I mean, this is so sad. This is not a good way to end this league. But yeah, I mean, Bank Buster could kind of like get us out of the mulligan. I put back the Scrap Gorger because it just dies to all the removal. And Fatal Push can at least stave off like a Fable, right? For a little bit. Okay, Liliana, not bad either. If you're able to draw land. You know, I think, yeah, they could just very easily have a Fire Prophecy or make disappear. So I think I'm just going to try to get a 3rd land. Okay. Yeah, not the best way to end this league for sure, but I still feel really confident in this matchup, especially with the sideboard. The makeup of the sideboard. But, yeah, because the 2 games we're losing here, we're just like not hitting lands, so yeah, I mean, we could duress, but I think I just still have to try to hit land. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind losing like this, as it's a, you know, pretty easy way to just say like, well, didn't hit land, so we're not going to be winning anyways. But I think how close game 1 was, with us still winning, I definitely feel good in this matchup. And like I said, post sideboard, we have a lot of extra choices. What is happening? What the heck? Oh wow, okay. I think I just still duress. That could have been such a punch in the face if we didn't get a treasury token off the Bank Buster. Yeah, makes sense. I'm just like not able to cast the duress. Another Shark Typhoon. Okay. Just 1 wins. Dead to creativity though. Yeah. Wow, okay. Well, yeah, pretty sad. If we had drawn our lands, if we didn't have to mulligans before, we would have had obviously a game there that we could win. But those things happen, and that's okay. Okay, so here we are post-league. I'm really, really satisfied with this league. So the only losses were against the Azorius Spirits, which definitely feels like a tough matchup for us. Really, really close. We have some good additions post sideboard. Do think I want to change out this Noxious Grasp though for something else. So don't mind losing that matchup, and then lost that last round to creativity with just like so game 1, which was really close. That was really nice. Game 2, we got stuck on 2 lands right for the entire game, and then game 3, same thing, and a mulligan to 4. So variance just kind of got the best of us there. So it's an emotional 4-1. Definitely will say that. But yeah, 3-2, like I'm content 3-2ing for the rest of my life, especially with midrange. But yeah, the deck feels really, really good, especially with that Rakdos midrange, how good that was. Just the Chariots, Invoke Despairs, Liliana. I love having the Liliana Fora in the 75. Didn't see Tireless Tracker, unfortunately, but that's alright. I love the Scavenging Oozes over the Shadows. I think that makes a lot of sense. Despite, Skew's not being the best against Stomp, but, that's okay. And yeah, especially like the sideboard just speaks to me so much. Having the full 4 duress was great against, or I guess like these 6 cards, if I could actually get this here, were great against creativity, great against Lotus Field. Really, really crucial in those matchups.
Terra Cinder as well, really relevant against Rakdos, creativity as well, and then red-green vehicles. My red-green vehicles plan, by the way, is for setting in the Terra Cinders and then the 3 Ritual Izzets, which I think is to be a pretty decent plan against them. So definitely like all those cards. Definitely think that the hearses are necessary if we do come against Phoenix or Greasefang or any other graveyard-centric deck. I do like having access to those. I do think 3 Ritual Sets is correct, just because, for the aforementioned decks and for Mono White as well, obviously. And the Noxious Grasp, I think I will take it out for something else, but not really quite sure yet. Could just be an extra go for the throat, but I'll do some thinking. But yeah, especially just like the 3 Duresses are like so nice. I really love just having the extra discard. After playing with the Pox deck, I've been really high on discard in the format right now. I think it's really crucial, just with a lot of combo, and then even this card being good against the Spirits matchup, which you wouldn't really think it would be that good against, right? But yeah, still really nice. Yeah, main deck feels good. I honestly don't think I would change anything main deck. Love the split of Shielded and Chariot. And yeah, really happy with this league. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Oh, Field of Ruin was really good as well, by the way. And yeah, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Check out the Patreon. I've been uploading exclusive content on there and have a lot of deck lists if you want to go see those. And yeah, see you for the next one. Thank you so much.